inside his own 10. He'll try to help out their field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Cardinal offense will take the field to get things underway. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, and we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
Quarterback making adjustments. To the air, it's Branson. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, that's just a great play by the defender and great timing. It was the hit that forced that incompletion.
The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on third down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's fourth down. The Cardinal will have to boot it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. Makes the signal, secures the fair catch, and they'll put it in play at the 37. So Notre Dame's offense taking the field for a chance we have to see them today. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer
breaks into the open. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. First and 10 for the offense. They're going to ride this running back. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. He leaves it with his back. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
This running back loves running into the teeth of the defense. In between the tackles, he keeps a low pad level, and he's got some speed.
They'll ride the hot hand. Open space at the 25. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
Man, you gotta love the offense coming out with a plan. They're gonna feed their running back. Great job featuring him. Great job setting the physical tone. And they punched this defense right in the mouth and already got them back on their heels.
Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone. Is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. He's got it on the right. And he runs into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Field shrinks, tight end grows. Big targets, big results.
I've never heard it put that way, but you're dang right. That guy is so big. A lot of times you get a DB matched up on him. He can just post him up. A linebacker, he can run by him. So that's why these tight ends are so dangerous down here in this red zone.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the PAT makes it 7-0. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. Kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They didn't get much done the last time they had it, and to punt it away from deep in their own territory, hoping this drive will be more productive. He wants to change this route. Dropping back, it's Branson. On target over the middle. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
Nice job by the quarterback, pre-snap and post-snap. He knew the defense was going to be playing zone coverage, and there was no doubt in his mind where he was going with that football.
Lining up from the 34 on first down. From the gun, running back gets the give. Big pick up on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a first down.
Well, obviously the offense went 3 and out on their last drive. They're having a little bit more success here. That was a nice run, and I think that's the key, guys. If they're able to run the football, they're going to be able to stay on the field. And I think that's something you want to think more about if you're the play caller on offense.
They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Looking to throw on first down. He lobs one high down the left side. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete. You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No, it's hard to handle the anxiety leading up to those games, not just because of what it means to your season, but because of what the fans are saying, what your coaches are saying, what your family and friends are saying, understanding how important those rivalries are.
Wants to throw. It's Branson. He's got an open man. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14.
Got like that big, reliable security blanket. And that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Got it. This senior showed some serious arm strength, firing that one in for the first down.
Man, I love the catch radius on this guy. If you just put it somewhere near his body, he's going to be able to reel it in. That was a phenomenal job, showing you his athleticism and also his concentration, making that outstanding grab.
Sends it ahead. And he takes it in for a score. Touchdown, Stanford!
What a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. They go 83 yards on the drive, and it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Carr. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing.
There's an example of what happens when the quarterback doesn't have a chance to set his feet. The pressure just forced him to have to work off schedule a little bit. And I think because of that, he wasn't able to be as accurate as he wanted to be.
He'll go out of bounds right at the 36-yard line, and the running game making its They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a first down. They'll try the run. At midfield, he's got room. Wide open spaces. He's sprinting all the way. He'll take it to the house, but there is a flag on the field. That is brutal. An explosive play like that to be wiped out by a mistake. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Fires to the big fella. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup. Notre Dame trying to keep this drive moving on 2nd and short. It's been much counterpunch throughout the early part of this game as we take a look at the first quarter stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see who gets the edge early in the second. Defense in press coverage. They'll leave it with the lone back. And they'll pick up the first down and mark it at the 47. This will make Irish eyes smile because they're shaking down thunder from the sky with this running game.
Just pound, pound, pound. What are you going to do? Are you going to meet the physical challenge of the Irish because they're ready to rumble?
They went right back to him, and this time the defense was all over him. Nothing to show for that run.
Great job by the defense. Everybody firing off the ball, hitting their guys, holding their gaps, running to the football, nowhere to go.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Quarterback keeps it. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of a game.
The Irish will need to move the sticks on 3rd and long to keep this drive going. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance. Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. To the air on first down. Oh, kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he takes it all the way down to the 10-yard line. An explosive play for this offense.
Important in the passing game that it's not just receivers doing all the work. You got to get running backs involved. You got to get your big fellas. You got to get the tight ends going too.
Power football with the run. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Second down, he'll throw it. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it. Into the end zone. Touchdown!
offense right now, they're doing some damage through the air. That's now their second passing touchdown. They thought coming into this game they were going to have some matchups on the perimeter of the field that they could take advantage of, and they've done that so far here today.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. On the move, it's Ford. He was looking for some place to put his foot in the ground, but the defense was everywhere, and he's knocked down behind the line. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Wants to adjust the pattern. Back to pass, it's Gobranson. Quickly to the tight end. That had all the makings of guard meet windshield, but how about the move? Warner taking on the big tight end and keeping him from getting the first. Stanford at the line, needing to convert on 3rd and short. Fires to the big fella. And he'll go down, but he has it out for the first down.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop. Caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning too. That was beautiful.
They'll go back to the ground. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short.
Hits him inside the 20, still going. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18.
And that is such an accurate throw. It's one thing to do it from the pocket when you have your feet set underneath you, but when you can get outside, off schedule, on the move, and throw a dart like that, that is just big time, and the offense gets a huge explosive play.
And it's a great play by the defensive end. The most athletic players on the field play defensive end. Yes, you heard me, Jess, Reese. Exactly what I said. Great get off. Great job getting in the backfield, making the play.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
Looked like the offense had a chance for a big play there, but the running back just could not reel that ball in.
Stanford comes to the line, and that first down marker is a long way away. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. And he throws that thing just inside the left upright. That'll bring him to within 4.
And listen, y'all know in the booth and everywhere how I feel about kickers. Don't always love leaving it on their foot, so to speak, but nice job executing. He keeps doing stuff like that. I'll keep trying that.
And he'll just take him in. This drive will start at the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. Quickly out to the tight end. At the 45 on its way. They finally make the stop, and it's been this way this guy's whole career as a senior makes a play after the grab. Marcus Freeman added another chapter to the year 3 success stories of Notre Dame coaches, taking the Irish to the national championship game, and he looks like a cornerstone coach for the future.
It was so impressive what they were able to do, bouncing back from an early season loss against Northern Illinois when everybody counted them out. He's done an outstanding job recruiting. He's got a great coaching staff. This team is built and ready to make another run.
Yeah, he's got superstar written all over him. He has the next coach to break that ceiling and win a title. Just recruiting up, belief up, discipline up. Notre Dame looks like a national championship contender.
Catch in the middle, it's Price. Finds a crease at the 20. And he ran away from the defense to take it in. Touchdown, Irish!
drives like that together, man, we might as well get our popcorn out because we're going to get a lot of scoring.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. They wasted no time on that drive, got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity to create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the third quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start racing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
Intercepted. Trying to take it back. The 30. He's at the touchdown. Fighting Irish. And what a turn of events as this defense gets the pick 6. Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
And here's the return. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Now on 1st and 10 from the 29. Dropping back, it's Branson. Quarterback moving out of the pocket. Creates a little room. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Stanford with a lot of options here on 2nd and short. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Working on the right. How about that elusiveness? He's got space. Touchdown, Cardinal! Oh, that may be it, and then straight into the end zone for the score.
We needed that. They needed to punch the ball in the end zone. They needed to cut this to a 2-score game, and they needed some positive momentum. Something going well, something to point to at half to say, guys, we got a chance. That drive, they put it together. Nice job by this offense.
On to attempt the try. And they make the extra point to draw closer. It's 28-17. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've got some time to work with here, Jesse, and if they get a first down, they might really get aggressive.
I'd be aggressive right out of the gate. I'd be throwing
situation where you also have to understand that I have the lead going into the half. I've got the momentum, so don't do anything stupid here.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Scanning the field, it's Carr. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete.
And you see this for all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
Throws to the tight end. Finds space on the right. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Man, and tight ends in today's modern college football are so difficult to stop because they're so much more athletic than they used to be. Today, they're just like big wide receivers. So defensively, how do you stop it? Do you have someone who has the physical dimensions to match up with this guy one-on-one? You might not. And if you don't, are you comfortable putting a slower linebacker on him, or do you want to put a smaller DB that might not be able to tackle him? It's a real difficult puzzle to figure out.
Got it in the middle. It's Pauly. Nice gain on that play, but leaves it a little short of the first down. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Back to throw, time running short in the half. Throws toward the end zone. And it slips through his fingers. Incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. Notre Dame comes to the line trying to convert on 3rd and short. Looking to throw for it. Throws to the wideout. How about a little rhythm that you can tap your toe to on that throw and catch for the first down?
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update.
Guys, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotions, and they were on full display in that first half. And it's clear, the aerial attacks of both teams have been relentless. They've been burning each of these secondaries like toast. Just an assault on the defensive game plans, if there even were defensive game plans. Gotta think, fellas, based on the first 2 quarters, we're going to see every route in the route tree again in this second half. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Stanford will kick it off to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Here come the Irish back on offense. To the air, it's Carr. Trying to burn this defensive back. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on first down.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried, when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the field.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. The give to the back. Big collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1.
That's a fantastic play by the linebacker. He has such tremendous instincts. As soon as he sees run, he's coming downhill. He's got great speed. He gets you on the ground. That's why he's one of the best linebackers in the entire country.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air.
be a great opportunity to make a statement and get back in this thing. I mean, it hasn't gone your way early, but I feel like you're creating some momentum here. And a score, Jesse, a score makes this a fun ball game.
It would be huge, but it's on the offense. They have to look at each other right now in this huddle on the field and go, look, guys, it's on us to march this ball down the field, score some points, and bring some energy now to our sideline.
A strike downfield. They'll finally put the brakes on him at the 3. A big throw, catch and run on that one. First and goal and a great opportunity to slice into this lead. Trying to march in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Stanford.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. So after getting into the end zone on that last drive, they're set to kick it away. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They're still holding the lead, but hoping to flex a little muscle on this drive. DB's right up on the receivers. Looking for a man. It's Carr. Working the big fella to the corner. Good call, good execution as they move the chains and they have a first down at the 38. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Gets the back moving. Looking to throw on first down. A shot toward the end zone. He caught it. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Notre Dame. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. What a display of explosive capabilities on that drive. 75 yards, 2 plays, and a touchdown. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely
out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
A nice passing game by this offense. The quarterback and the receiver on the same page, in time, in rhythm, creates the big play. And look at him right back on the football, ready to run another play.
Found a bunch of room and got it to the 44-yard line. They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Quarterback making checks. Looking to throw, it's Gulbranson. That's caught. It's 4. That's first down. Nobody open. He just throws it away, and it'll bring up second down.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Fires to the end zone. Pass is broken up. Incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6. This drive was clicking along, but after a couple of misfires, threatening to stall out on 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. Intercepted. They were back in their own end, and they stopped the drive. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Here come the Irish, back on offense. They stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. A long way to go for this offense. Leaves it with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Hand off from the gun. Oh, he's got the ball, and he'll try to pick up a few. There he goes. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. Scoops up the loose football and moves the chains. Notre Dame will come to the line after that huge gain and try to keep the momentum going. Off the RPO, complete. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Here comes the offense on second down. Grab behind the line. It's Flanagan. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Off-play action on first down. Fires to the wideout. Complete in the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a first down.
Nice catch there. You know, I think back to great Golden Dome wide receivers, and Tim Brown who won a Heisman, Rocket Ismail, obviously. How about Jeff Samardzija? There's a name you don't hear very much anymore, but he was awesome for Brady Quinn back in the day. And all those guys had the ability to win one-on-one. Their quarterbacks knew that if they had that matchup outside, they were going to take it. And I think this quarterback feels the same way about that guy. He is just so dynamic outside.
He'll pull it on the read. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Notre Dame facing a 3rd and long, trying to keep this drive alive. Lets it go to the end zone. Touchdown, Irish! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense. Dude, if I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Stanford has it back, the Cardinal offense returning to the field. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. This drive opens up at the 23-yard defense changing the play. To throw, it's Gulbranson. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They'll move the chains after he gets it to the 43-yard line. Making a play like that to open the drive can really get the momentum going. First down from the 43. Looking downfield on first down. Oh, he wants it all. And he bats it away. It falls incomplete.
And that's a big shot, that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
They'll go to work in the air on second down. He's got him this time. Stopped at the 46-yard line, but give him 10 yards and the first down. Fast completion, move the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. Catch in the middle. It's full. Oh, he's got some space. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line, and they are threatening. Wants to throw on first down. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defense denying a big play as we've played 3 quarters. And you want to talk about his favorite receiver, it might be everybody based on the number of guys getting touches and a chance to show off their hands in the passing game. As we start the 4th quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. Throws to the wideout. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Looking to throw again. He's got it on the move. Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
Man, find your weapons. Nice job by the quarterback. Find the running back out of the backfield. He catches it and does the rest. Walks into the end zone for a touchdown.
And he tacks on the extra point. They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They cashed in on a short field last time they had it, and now they'll go to work from their own end. They got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. With the catch, it's Fields.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
On the run, it's Price. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and beating the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Finds his big tight end. Good, solid pickup on that one, and they've got it out to the 40, and it's first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. They want that clock to run. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Carr. Just a short pass to the tight end. He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he just going to be a touch short. Timeout is called, and it's the defense wanting to make sure that everyone's on the same page for this big down. The Irish send out the punt unit. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And nobody able to handle that punt. They'll let it bounce and roll out of bounds. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
And welcome to modern college football. That's what it is. Spread you out, find my playmakers, make quick decisions, and really put defenses in a difficult situation.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
High the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Looking down the middle. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming.
We know about this running back's versatility, and he's made some plays in this game so far, catching the ball. That time, though, he had no shot. Defender bearing down on him. They're able to get the hit and make sure it falls incomplete.
They make the stop about 4 yards short of the 1st down.
And defensively, this is exactly what you want, right? You got the big lead, so you can play big zone coverages. Just keep the ball in front of you. Keep your eye on the quarterback. Rally to the football. Gang tackle. And you're going to win this game.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. In the formation on 1st and 10. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. They'll leave it with him. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Timeout called there by the defense. Desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. After picking up a couple in 2nd and 8. From the gun, they'll give it on the inside. Stopped after a pickup of 6 to the 32. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Calls his own number. And boy, is he close to that 1st down, maybe just a couple of inches short. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the 2nd time tonight. We've reached the 2-minute timeout. They have this game in hand right now. We'll see just how aggressive they want to be on offense. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. They've got enough for the 1st down, and they're in the red zone at the 20. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. When you deal with a rivalry game, you have to live with the outcome for a full year. And this one is going to rest in their minds for the entire season going into next year.
And it's not going to sit well with the losing team. When you lose these, you're going to get hounded, and you're going to get hate, you're going to get social media is going to destroy you about losing to your rival. But you got to put it past you. It is just one game. It's not that big of a deal. Well, yes, yeah, it kind of is.
It kind of is a big deal. You're right, David. I mean, a lot of these kids, they played with each other or against each other in high school. They've known each other for a long time. There's going to be a lot of trash talking going on, not just between players, but the fans, their families, coaching staffs. This is a game that's going to get talked about for an entire